Welcome back, everybody. Our lovely friends behind the scenes wanted me to remind you all that fan voting is now open for the State Farm cosplay contest. Check out LCS Official on Twitter to cast your vote and make your voice heard. Well, the overall winner is determined by fans as well as a whole panel of judges. The winner of the fan vote in particular takes home an extra $500 in cold hard cash. Be sure to tune into the LCS semifinals next Saturday, especially in Chicago if you can get there, to see who is crowned the State Farm Cosplay Contest champ and wins $5,000 and a trip to Worlds.
Is it too late for us to enter?
Who are you going to cosplay as?
Lee Sin.
I've seen
Nice!
I've seen your previous cosplays. I don't think you're gonna win.
I'm gonna win. You don't give me a chance.
But I'll vote for you.
Oh, thank you. I got one.
Yeah,
I got one.
I got you. I got
two.
You got two votes.
We're in there with a
Two
shot.
votes already.
All right.
But if we're talking about having two, TL's got two of something much more important. They got 2 wins on the board, 1 more here, and they eliminate EG. They move on, they go to Chicago. EG back on blue again. They gotta have some sort of an answer. Kalista, Sivir, Zeri, Seraphine, 4 big bot lane picks all banned away, as well as the Azir ban from JoJo, the Zillion ban from Bjerg, and another immediate lock-in on the Trundle first for EG.
Yeah, they're not going to let Santorin get his hands on that. You know, we talk about the individual players on Team Liquid and their legacies, the Zillion, the Trundle, these sorts of things, can't let them have.
It's really interesting because Bjergsen has been playing so well on the Taliyah in this series, and it's not something that you would really associate with him as much. He did have 1 play on it, and it was a good game, you know, during the season, but back-to-back games was such a difference maker for the team, landing these multi-man seismic shows.
And it looks like Team Liquid are saying, you know what? We are on course to win this whole series. Let's not change anything up.
Yeah.
They go right back to it. Jinx pickup makes me think, yeah, they'll probably, you know, index into the Taliyah again for Bjergsen as well. He's looked so much better on that than the melee mid laners.
I will say though, this is a little bit of a shift, right? Because they early pick jungle now instead of actually leaving it till later. So they can't go necessarily for full bot lane plus Ornn. That's what they did last time. So we'll have to drop something. Wouldn't be shocked to see them actually drop support and allow that to fall down a little bit. Core could just go towards an engaged champ. I don't think it would be that big of a deal. But I'm really interested to see exactly where they do take us. And it's a blind GP now.
Yeah, very early.
Putting a little bit of pressure on Bwipo to grab his pick next.
And I do always like GP into these low mobility carries like Jinx. You know, we talked about it in the previous one. If you can combine GP with some sort of, you know, jungle that has a long range or something like that, or support in this case, since they already have Trundle for their jungle, that has more engage and threat onto that back line. Threatening that back line, threatening that Jinx is what they want.
I like that they're actually going double soul lane pick here, because one of the things that is nice about this is you can't actually counterpick both these soul lanes, right? You can go for either your support here to actually grab a Lulu or something, but if you counterpick one of the soul lanes, they're gonna double ban for the other soul lane to protect. So it's kind of trying to take away some of that counterpick advantage from red side.
And I think for sure the confidence of JoJo on Viktor, you know, this has been one of his core champions for his entire career, and they're not afraid of, you know, a counter pick. There's not any like crazy Bjergsen counter pick that's going to come out. It's the same matchup again, and he was able to at least bully in the lane phase.
Right, they handshake on let's just run it back, same matchup. They both had some big moments. Unfortunately for JoJo, I mean, that first kill that he thought he was going to get 16 HP on Santorin as he ran away from the Chaos Storm. So JoJo's hoping to be able to get that last 16 damage here in this one as TL continues their strategy of focus Danny.
I mean, so far it's been working every single game. You know, we heard Solo talking about it on the analyst desk. It has been TL getting down towards that bottom side, punishing Danny. In game 3, it took longer for them to do it, but Inspired has not been able to affect that bottom lane very much. They've never really been able to put Danny ahead of the pace of the game. And I think that's something that EG really needs to rectify if they want to be able to come back in these next couple games.
This is the danger, though, of locking in that Taliyah early for Bjergsen instead of getting your Lulu support for CoreJJ. The Jinx Lulu as a combo has had so much domination. Hansama CoreJJ have won every single lane phase with that duo, and it's instantly banned out by EG.
And they ban out the Tom Kench as the second ban here for TL, seeing that as sort of a 2-for-1 special. You ban out TK, they don't want Senna without it, okay, cool. Or if they do want to play something else that would require additional safety, losing the pocket Kench, that feels bad too, so I like that.
It'll be really interesting. I wouldn't be shocked to just see like a Nautilus or something along those lines here from TL. It is a really good combo, you know, with the Jinx Chompers. It does give you additional engage and dive, plus the setup alongside that Taliyah. So to me, it feels like a pretty good Nautilus angle. There are a lot of different options over on the other side. Ornn going to be the answer here. Into GP and into Trundle, just doesn't care. Bwipo did a good job surviving last game into Aatrox and the Trundle and really adding a tremendous amount of value.
We've seen so many teams get to the point of, I don't care literally how many Ornn counters you have in your team.
Yeah.
You can have like 6 Ornn counters in your team somehow, and they'll still be like, you know what? Ornn. Looks like a good blind Ornn. Looks like a good self-counter Ornn. Doesn't matter. All right, we get the misfortune again.
Huh. Is it just going to be Leona as the pairing once more? If they go towards the Yuumi, this would be interesting. They would be lacking on the lockdown and the engage quite a lot, so I don't think they're actually going to go for it.
I actually don't. Yuumi ultimate is pretty strong for it, but Vulcan going to go with the Bard instead.
Huh.
Bard is always very interesting to me with stuff like Gangplank, because you can set up your barrel chains, pop them right as they come out of it.
And I also think it's really nice against champions that are hyper carries without dash, right? If you are relatively close to Jinx and you throw that ulti just targeted on Jinx's head every time, you basically have to flash to actually be able to avoid it.
Yep.
Then you come in with the Trundle pillar and everything right after it. It is the expected support pick that I thought they would go for. It is going to be the Nautilus, but there's not that same level of lockdown. It's got to be like Bard ult into Bard stun or into Gravity Field or something to hold them into the MF ulti.
Right.
So this feels like a really kind of high risk, high reward pick here on the Bard. Also really powerful roam ability. So I'm interested to see, is he going to focus on the 2v2 or try to get out of lane?
I feel like EG, they have to be able to play this one from ahead, and they have to be able to play from a point where they're at the locations first. Aside from that Bard ulti, where's the engage? What are they going to actually say we fight here with? It feels like it could be a real challenge if they fall even a little bit behind here.
They have to make really good use of the slows on their team, the pillar, the Gangplank, ultimate, as well as barrel chains, to be able to get some room for this misfortune ultimate, for sure. Because like you're saying, they don't have a lot of this easy to use setup for it.
Very, very interesting situation for Evil Geniuses. They've got this comp that could go to heaven or hell so easily in a game that they must win against TL. I got my eyes on JoJo's Viktor. And if you're Team Liquid, you've got your eyes on Danny, like you have had the entire series long. We'll see if EG can get it done.
They're starting with the all chat early in this one. Inspired, all chatting Santorin. How's my Trundle, Mr. Troll King? And he gets dono walled.
Oh, you hate to see it.
No
All right.
answer, straight up ignored.
Look at this again, man. Last game, TL gets a level 1 Burst Blood. This time, again, they're trying to do the pincer 4-man top. Impact is not waiting in that brush, but it's a very common spot for top laners to wait in, and it likely would have meant Impact would have to flash at the least. So I like those attempts, and there's not going to be any answer on the bottom side because no one was in position for EG to actually ward bot side to even answer it.
Okay, so while we're waiting for minions to spawn, I do want to ask you guys, what does success look like for EG in this early game? Because they're the ones who must win to get to game 5.
I want to see them be able to get their bot lane ahead for once. It's been 3 straight games where the first death in the bot lane is on the EG side. I think they need to put a little bit of pressure on that.
Maybe Inspired comes up with a patented Santorin level 2 gank. Trundle is one of the most rare champions to do it, so that makes it the most unexpected.
All right, as the minions collide, we've got Tigris standing by with Gilhoto.
Thank you, Captain Flowers. I know that Team Liquid has been focusing on getting online quicker within these series. How do you feel that's going so far?
I think the warm-up game that we did before the series was a good preparation. Usually we take the int out in the first 2, so this time we only needed 1. But hopefully now we can keep the wins coming and securing our spot for Worlds in this game.
And you do only need 1 win here as well. A bit of a switch up with the Bard. How do you think Team Liquid closes this out?
First, we have to dodge this gank top that is about to come. So that would be a good start, but obviously they have to shift something up. I think the Bard is an interesting pick because we have 2 immobile carries, but I believe that the boys already beat a comp very similar to this, and I think we can do it again.
All right, let's find out if that's how it goes down.
I was joking about Inspired pulling out one of these patented Santorin level 2 ganks on Trundle, but he actually did it. He tried it. He tried to go for the level 2 gank towards top lane. If Bwipo does not succumb, has the extra ward up there. So Trundle is going to be a little bit delayed in that jungle. That's the cost of doing business at those attempts for level 2 ganks.
And EG going for the Scrooge McDuck runes. They got double first strike here. JoJo and Impact both playing it. And they're looking for a dive here on bot.
Oh, Danny and Vulcan in some trouble. There's the lockdown. They want to go after Danny. They need a little bit more damage. He goes down. It's first blood over to CoreJJ.
Every single time they're getting down there. Inspired's going up towards top. And TL says, yes, thank you very much. We will kill your bot laner once more. Danny misses all of this farm. He's got no buy. He's walking out of base. He doesn't even buy an additional potion here.
And they teleport JoJo down to try and defend him again. It really is a mental game, continuing attacking the same spot for your opponents over and over and over again, trying to just create some doubt there. And they get paid for it. It's successful again.
Absolutely. And again, it's Core setting it up here. He just walks in. You just get the auto off to start this up. He gets the root auto there through, flashes out of that tower, taking the last tower shot that he can, and they're able to finish off that kill. Unfortunately for TL, it does go to Core with the Ignite tick, but still, like, Danny gets screwed here again because he has no buy whatsoever. And Hans is going to be able to grab both the refillable and the cull.
Team Liquid has been laser focused on this bottom lane, on this AD carry this whole series.
Also, it is actually pretty important to get CoreJJ money. Getting some boots on that Nautilus with the roams and the impact that CoreJJ has had in this game, though that very well is a good spot to get some early money. That 300 gold for boots.
It's going to be interesting to see where Danny goes. He is going Comet this game around, which makes me think he might be doing lethality. It is already 2 points E and no W at level 3, so maybe going very heavily towards that lethality build. It also can lead you in towards Leandries if you really want to go the poke style. And Emax can help to deal with some of the issues that they have as far as lack of engage.
Right, and it also goes back to what you were talking about in last game, Isaac, saying, hey, if you're going to be playing from behind, if you're going to be down because they will relentlessly focus you, the lethality type build or even a Leandries type build can allow you to contribute to the fights more easily.
Absolutely, but how weird is it that we're talking about EG Danny playing from behind? It's always EG that are putting everything into him in the past. That's how they've really had their successes. Give him all the farm, give him all the jungle camps, give him all the kills. But it's TL that are preying on him, and EG has been unable to help.
Well, if there's something to hope on there for the EG fans, it's remembering back to spring where the big playoff run from EG, the pitfall was actually, their bottom lane would die in lane. And this time around, at least Team Liquid are using a decent amount of resources for it. This has been something that has kind of haunted this team.
Team Liquid, man, oh man. Quite a journey they've had so far.
No kidding.
This whole year, really. I mean, you go back to the very beginning, you go back to coming into the year, this team put together, people see the roster announcements, and they're just like, holy hell, that's our first seed right there. And then they don't win spring. They're here in summer. They have a lot of people questioning them the whole way through, and now they're fighting for their lives for that last spot to go to Worlds.
And what a journey, for Bjergsen, who spent almost his entire career with TSM, then went into coaching, then, back unretiring, wants to be a player, joins this TL team because he thinks this is the team that he will have that success that has eluded him at times with. And he comes in here, and they are now one step away from going to Chicago, fighting for a championship on a new team, and going to Worlds.
Well, once again, they get bottom lane control off of the early dive. They get the push in. Scuttle Crab control on bottom side river as well, which opens up this route. And we're talking about how important CoreJJ is between these roams, between mid and bottom lane here.
Oh, JoJo. JoJo, you okay there, buddy? Yeah, he'll be just fine. Walks that one off, gets back underneath the turret.
Again, it's just so much pressure, though. CoreJJ, this Nautilus with the early boots, roams up through the river. They've got the Scuttle Crab over Dragon already, so...
Impact dropping the ulti there, but don't think he's got enough to really threaten Bwipo to death.
And check this out. So it's about slows. Bjergsen in some trouble here.
Bjergsen just getting beat over the head there with the auto attacks from Inspired's Trundle.
They still should be able to get I don't know, that mid chunk actually, they're getting scared off the dragon now. So that was a good gank.
Oh, top lane. Oh, this is Spellbook Ignite. This is the all-in time.
Oh, nice dodge from Impact. The flash to escape the second hit of the Ornn.
That was actually critical. Now can Impact set up any sort of a barrel? He only has one, so he can't actually look for any sort of a barrel chain to kill Bwipo here. But Bjergsen, as I was going to get to, went Swifty Boots Rush, which I actually think is really smart because there's lack of an engage. It's all about slows. It's the Danny E slow. It's the Trundle Pillar slow. It's Gangplank slows, right? So all of this is going to be really, really helpful. And Danny may get dove again here. They're looking for the angle.
That was a, I don't think that's the dredge line that CoreJJ wanted. Hansama and Core both losing a ton of HP here, but nobody else from EG could get there in time. You saw Vulcan and JoJo nearby. Inspired and Impact got to back away now as Bwipo's flash stops their dive.
Jinx ult?
Nope, not quite. Not quite. Oh, shocked Timo.
They have control over bottom side though because they saw Trundle up here. So Team Liquid, they know they can take everything off the bottom side of this map. It's going to be a red buff steal, ward onto the Rift Herald, knowing that you aren't going to get a cross-map play up there.
JoJo's moving, and they are kind of low on health after that stun.
Bjergsen has ult though.
Oh, Bjergsen's ready to join up. CoreJJ is going to eat a lot of damage, but it's JoJo who has to go over the wall. Santorin chases. Santorin dies.
Santorin going in, but JoJo is the one that comes up big there. He gets the kill. He gets the red buff.
On the Evil Genius's weak side of the map, when they know the jungler has flashed on top side, has shown on top side, is not going to be out, JoJo comes to the red buff, and he just causes a forced error there from Team Liquid. They get the kill, they defend, and now Inspired can just move on over for the Rift Herald. More money.
Exactly. As soon as Santorin goes down, Inspire says, sure, Lost Star Herald, no problem, right? He's going to be able to take this as well. We can see that Santorin is pathing down towards bot again, so he may try to answer with the dragon potentially here. Wouldn't be surprised to see that. They do have a lot of vision in the area, so likely to be a trade. Oh, that Jinx ult was actually really close. I wonder if EG will try to rush down towards bot and prevent it, but Inspire does already have the Herald, and Santorin not feeling confident to start the dragon because of how long it takes.
Yeah, and EG are answering and committing to the lane swap here from Team Liquid. Danny going to move up on the Misfortune to try and answer the wave. They've also got a recall, though, from Vulcan's Bard. So roaming around, trying to stay in the fog of war. See if you can put that extra pressure. He is level 6. So those Bard ultimates that we talked about, fishing for ultimates, or fishing for flash cooldowns.
Well, the bottom lane is already telling the same story as previous games with about a 3-wave lead in farm for Hansama on this Jinx that he's already shown us he can carry off of. 3,400 versus 2,900 gold here nice and early, and that's without Hans getting that first kill.
Hey, I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just keep going down there until EG show you that you can't actually pull off these dives every single game. They just got to keep on going for it. Getting Hans ahead has been paying dividends every single time that they're able to do it.
Danny's just gonna fall back, farm up, look to get himself to a good spot to contribute with big ultis here in these team fights. JoJo with a blue buff, Bjergsen with a blue buff. Both these guys should be able to spam down the wave. Vulcan is hanging out here nearby. All right, not gonna get a whole lot of anything just yet here. This bottom side river scuttle crab vision will be fading away for Team Liquid very soon.
Oh, but all the AD carries are coming down to this dragon, though. Everybody showing up. Danny here on the Misfortune. He's in the river coming down as well. This is gonna be a banger.
Here we go. Bjergsen hit
Gravity
with the
field
Bard
follow-up.
ultimate. Gravity Well is there. Chain CC comes through, but they don't have the damage. Santorin goes in. JoJo goes down. And Team Liquid trades 1-for-1 as their jungler falls.
My goodness, they get the burst turnaround. No flash on JoJo because of the red buff play earlier in defense. And Team Liquid, even though EG started out with their Bard ultimate into the gravity field combo, Team Liquid defend Bjergsen and get the kill back.
Yeah, just not enough damage there to actually fully burst him down. You know, Danny wasn't in position for an ulti. It was just the damage from JoJo, and everyone from TL was coming in there so quickly.
And that's it. That opening is all that they have. Like we said in Champ Selects, you know, all that they have besides that are slows.
Yep.
And Gangplank now scales with crit percent chance, so you know the slows on those early aren't even that much. She hasn't upgraded the ultimate.
Yeah, it's going to be a long ways off before it really does start to be that massive burst threat here. The gold, very, very close, of course, overall, but Hans in a winning position again, and that has just meant such good things for TL. It will be interesting to see how Danny is able to perform on this build, though. It is quite different than the Kraken Slayer last time around. It is the Emax, as I expected, and he is going in for the Muramana, and they're going to try to potentially look for a dive top. This tower's getting low. Won't quite get finished off by the charge, but it's going to be close.
Yeah, the tower's going to be down to just that last plate remaining, as Inspired and Impact have to back away. Bwipo will clear out the Herald. There's still turret plates up, so of course that means that it has all of that extra resistance. They cannot just brute force down the last bit of HP. But Hans and CoreJJ are backing off now here in the bottom side. Team Liquid did manage to claim that first Drake.
And you can see that EG is trying to just give Danny a safe place to farm, right? They actually move him out towards mid. They say, all right, you farm here. We'll put JoJo down bot with Vulcan. They'll be the ones to absorb any potential aggression there from that TL side. But Danny, you know, anytime he's on his lone, he's got to be really, really, really careful. There's so many ways for them to find him with these engagements, with Taliyah ultimate or Nautilus ultimate.
And that's why I think it's a smart decision to actually swap the lane assignments here and keep him in the middle, in mid lane. They've actually got JoJo down bottom. He can quickly shove it out here with Viktor. A lot of safety in the range with the laser. He's not stepping up at all. CoreJJ coming down to clear out some of that vision and keep that pathway that we're talking about between mid and bottom clear. But as long as they're safely farming here for EG, I think that's what they want to pass the next couple of minutes.
Oh boy, those next couple of minutes can get pretty spicy, my friends, because we do have a Drake spawning here in about 4. The game remains very close in terms of the gold. Danny continuing to try to farm up as safely as possible, still down about 3.5 waves compared to Hans, who has his Kraken Slayer completed. If we're looking across the board, the only other mythics online are the Leandries there for JoJo's Viktor, who did get one of those kills early on, and then the Divine Sunderer on Inspired's Trundle. Let's see, do we got anything happening down here? Now, everybody's pretty content to just sort of go with the flow until there's an objective to fight over.
But they actually got spotted on that ward. The sweeper isn't going to catch it, so EG has been spotted out, but they're pretty close. You could actually tunnel into a Bard ulti and try to force Han's flash. They aren't going to make the play here, and likely will spot that ward on the way out if the sweeper doesn't expire.
Oh, Bwipo walks into the brush just a little bit too late to be able to interrupt a recall there, as Bjergsen just keeps shoving out the wave mid lane, wants to be able to maintain as much pressure as he can. Bjergsen's Taliyah walls have been very important in the previous couple of games that he played them. He had the one...
3v3 bot maybe, but Taliyah's cheating down bot, so if EG goes for this, it's a bait.
Okay, here we go. CoreJJ looking to go in, but a Bard ulti onto multiple targets. However, it don't matter. JoJo's already down. Now they'll keep looking, and Vulcan could be the next target. Team Liquid doesn't have the wave to march any further forward, but they get the 1 kill for free.
Exactly. They bring more to the fight. Team Liquid bring all 5 with the teleport from Bwipo coming down as well. That does mean that you're going to have to pay for it with a top lane tower, but, you know, Impact was working on that tower anyways. He was going to get it, and Team Liquid just decided we're going to commit fully to this play onto JoJo and get him before he can actually flash there on the Viktor, even with the Bard ult peel.
And they get a tower of their own, and again, it's all into Hanzama's pockets. He gets the solo gold on that turret on bot side. His first tower gold, though, going the way of Impact, so he is going to get paid here. Does have a stopwatch, has most of what is going to be a collector very likely here, and we'll be rushing out towards that 3-item crit spike as fast as possible.
And I like
Gangplank being richest one in the game. Surprise, surprise.
And I like the fact that you mentioned the top lane turret was going to die anyway, because I think one of the most important lessons to recognize and improve at League of Legends is not trying to save something that's already gone. Get something somewhere else instead, and Team Liquid end up coming up with a couple of good rewards there, but EG, they'll pick up another Herald. They've got a 1,000 gold lead. Team Liquid invading the enemy jungle.
Over a lot of wards, though. So EG have defensive wards up. So JoJo sees.
Oh, Santorin will not get the knock up there from the ulti. So the attempt is no good. Thumbs up. Thumbs up.
Yeah, that's why if you're going to go for these invades, you got to have sweepers with you. Ooh, swing and a miss. Nice defensive vision there from EG. And we laid it out a couple minutes ago. What do EG want? Just to continue farming for the next couple of minutes. They did actually give up more than they wanted because of the hard commit from Team Liquid.
Yeah.
But they are able to stabilize a little bit there with the extra vision through the jungle, trying to funnel some more minions in.
And you look at the gold lead, it's EG that are 1.2k ahead, right? You know, their soul laners are farming very well. It's double first strike soul laners. They have the CS, GP printing money as well. You look at the difference in gold at top lane, that is more than the difference in the game. And it's going to be Impact that has to have that really big impact in fights.
And after the changes to Gangplank, well, now he's got multiple people coming up towards him, but it is so important to get crit strike early on and really scale off of that. And he's wasting no time going for it.
Inspired throws down the pillar. There comes the GP ulti. Hans Sama wants to try to get away, but Misfortune's ulti peppers him down to 25% HP. Hans forced to flash.
That's huge though. They get the flash and Dragon is spawned, so it should be their Dragon. They're even gonna get the mid lane tier 1 because no one from TL is here around. So showcasing the power of those slows. EG push them back, utilizing the Trundle slow, the Misfortune E slow, all of this to really control space. They want to get the second charge, but I feel like he should just be heading towards Dragon.
Well, they get the second charge. Now they get themselves all out. Awesome stuff coming out here from Evil Geniuses. 2,000 gold ahead. Tons of that. All of that plus more on Impact, whose ulti was a big part of being able to trap Hans in there, force that flash away. Team Liquid not going to send anybody down here to challenge this, so EG ties up the Drake score.
This game is Impact's time to shine, baby.
Yep.
Impact, the LCS veteran top laner. He has so much potential in this game. Big crit barrel chains will be coming through pretty early on. He actually goes for more lethality here, though. He's going to go the Prowler's Claw to get lots of lethality and just blow up Hans Sama. Hans Sama with no flash in the backline there. He does not have a supportive backline champion. So, Impact is thinking, that's juicy. That is a juicy AD carry. You better watch out for those barrel chains.
One barrel, one game. That's the lethality stack Gangplank theology.
And we already saw it. You look back to the earlier game, that kill onto Bjergsen, the barrel was like 70% of his health or something. I mean, when you go Prowler's Claw third, you hit your IE on 4, like that is just the Omega power spike, where one barrel onto a carry means if they're not dead, they at the very least cannot fight any longer. And they're really gonna have to do a good job tracking him and knocking down those barrels.
If they're not dead, their teammate is reacting as if they are. It's summoner spells, it's flashes, it's item actives. Everybody's immediately panicking, seeing that health bar turn bright red. Oh, man.
We've got a new series, The Barrels of Power here, with Impact being
I'd watch that show. And then Gragas is the other guy that fights him. Yeah.
He's the Barrels of Liquor. That's a different series.
Captain Flowers, you're drunk now.
All right, hold on. Let's see where we are in the current state of the game. Specifically, again, I want to ask from EG's point of view, because they're the team for whom the pressure is on. 2,500, well, 1,800 gold up now as Team Liquid was able to collect a little bit more. Are they feeling comfortable with this?
I think so. I think they're actually in a pretty decent spot right now with Viktor and GP, kind of farming in their comfort zone. So I don't think that they're in a bad spot, but Hans could be in trouble here.
Hans could be in a bad spot, and yes, he is, and the kill money even goes over to Impact.
And he had to use his Ghost. Impact dodges.
Oh, Impact flashing away as the Nautilus ulti tries to catch up to him. Now he's got the barrels down as Bwipo looks to enter in the fight. Bjergsen gets caught! Beautifully done from Vulcan there as the retreat from Team Liquid tries to fall back. CoreJJ with a flash over the wall. Bjergsen tries to run. They're gonna get Bjergsen. They're gonna get Bwipo. They're gonna get Core. They're gonna get the whole damn team.
Vulcan's going hunting and he caught himself a Bjergsen, knocks him off the wall, nails the stun on the flash after perfect timing, and now Santorin may go down as well.
Santorin, the last man standing. He'll hobble out, but the Baron is the reward for EG.
My God, Vulcan Bard don't miss. That was crazy. The timing to hit the stun afterwards, and then Inspired Trundle flashing in, chomps him down. They got his number, they got the Baron.
That was the moment right there.
Yeah.
You look at a game of League of Legends, you try to find the defining moment. That's it.
All right, well, Prowler's Claw is done with that money as well.
Yeah.
Let's look for the next moment, the explosion. Here it is, though. This Jinx, they know has no flash. So Danny, all he has to do, he opens up, even with just the edge of the Gangplank hitting that one as well. And then he walks forward farther than CoreJJ thinks he's going to walk forward. So the hook doesn't hit, and then he has flash backwards.
Exactly. Everyone comes up here, and then it's just the short-range ulti here from Vulcan. Perfect aim, and then the picture-perfect Q here. So even if you do it perfectly, even if they flash, they still get stunned. Just like that. The projectile is already connected. It's so well done. Inspired flashing forward here, able to chomp down Bjergsen. The slows becoming so oppressive in these chase-down situations.
Then Vulcan gets the tunnel into another Q onto CoreJJ. Guess what? Towers don't stand a chance. Let's see if Impact does.
Well, he already used his flash up there top side.
Wait, everybody's coming. EG's coming from above them.
EG's ready to go and try to defend their top laner. Impact buys a lot of time.
Look at Hans, where's he going?
Bwipo's in a lot of trouble. Hans just got beat to death.
He wanted to kill Impact so badly there. He walks into certain death himself and the chase continues.
Team Liquid must have just decided to go next on this one. What on earth is going on? EG is slamming him now.
Well, he wanted to finish off Impact. He's like, there's no way this pirate lives out of this one. Inspire's gonna say, Bjergsen, I'm not gonna let you live either.
Mental game.
This is a mental game. This is a confidence boost for EG if I've ever seen one, and now Core is going to get spotted. Vulcan wants his revenge. It's a portal coming.
Round two. Fight. Run, CoreJJ. But Vulcan says, get over here. The pillar comes out, and CoreJJ goes down.
Let
Just a
Vulcan have
second.
it. Let Vulcan have it.
Flawless victory!
Mortal Kombat 2 is better than 1 anyway.
Oh my God, man. They are just flexing on him now. 10,000 gold lead, by the way.
Yeah, we're going to a game 5.
I think we are. It is starting to look that way. EG have just gotten so far ahead. Oh, not quite.
Vulcan's barred, man. Vulcan's barred. I'm loving this.
I mean, that was a summoner spell as well. That's the ghost pop from Hansama to be able to walk out of it. This Jinx is just going to have to play dodgeball for the rest of this game for as long as his life remains.
It's so tough, too, because if Danny walks up, it's an Emax here on MF. And the slow is actually so oppressive. It's a 60% slow, so if you just drop that in, we can watch this one more time. Bwipo in the brush. You gotta look at the mini-map, though. Everyone from both teams are heading over here. Hans comes out of the brush here. Like you said, Kobe, he's trying to get the kill onto Impact. They do a stopwatch, then the Bard ulti comes through. And
Prowler's
then watch the top side. Hans just kind of wanders into the top of your screen. He's beside everyone on EG. You're in the wrong neighborhood, Hans. What are you doing? They're like, wait, there's a Jinx here. Get him.
And he doesn't even get the kill on the Gangplank. Bwipo got it.
Oh, you really hate to see it happen.
Unlucky. He was creating space.
For the other team, yes.
All right, we've got an 11,500 gold lead and a game that is just now hitting its third Drake. That's how fast Evil Genius's lead has just exploded.
I will invest in the Bank of Impact.
Yeah.
I know there's a recession, you know, it's tough times, but Impact, that's always a good investment.
I mean, the man almost has his goal for a full IE. He's got 2,500 gold in pocket. He already has the crit cloak. So just a couple hundred more gold, and he'll have the IE completion. Then one barrel, one kill. And that's what TL are facing down. For TL, it's time to turtle it up. It's time to hope you can make this game slow down, that EG maybe makes some mistakes, tries to overdive, he can turn it around, but Hans in trouble now.
Okay. They don't hit the binding. There's no follow-up, so Hans doesn't die from that one. Vulcan's just letting him know he hits those, though.
Yeah, and it's an ult trade there. Good defense, I think, there with the Ornn ultimate from Bwipo. If you don't get that, defensive ultimate off to chase them out, that very well could be another explosion. So, gonna be a little bit of time bought.
The thing that I'm really liking here from EG is we've been talking about if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If you're Team Liquid, make Evil Geniuses prove that this Kill Danny strategy doesn't work. And now they've found out how to make that happen. Ooh, Danny picks the wrong direction. So,
Right in the center there.
Look at his fight, he's dancing on him, man.
He's dancing!
Oh, inspired. He's playing for the mental game, I swear.
Rallying the troops.
He is,
rallying
man.
the troops.
All these kills, he knows he has them. He just walks up, he starts dancing on him, he's canceling his autos, he's messing with TL, trying to tilt him.
It's TL's fault. They dono-walled him. They ignored him in his alt chat at the beginning of the game.
Wait, that's right.
The Trundle.
That's right. That's what invoked it. That's true.
No one ignores all chat.
This is quite the game 4 from EG, stepping up when they need to, and now all we gotta do is see them close it out. Baron spawns in 10 seconds. They got that first one shortly after it even appeared on the map, and I would expect them to take this one and then look for the end.
It's funny too, because Trundle has possibly the most aggravating taunt walk there with his stomp back and forth.
You gotta say though, you know, if you're on the other side, you can look towards a lot of bounties to potentially collect here, as every single member has one.
Let me get a few more for you, Azael.
Towers.
Yeah, exactly. I got a couple more for you. Boom, there's one here, one here, one here, one here.
Whole map is bounties.
There we go.
Anywhere you go, throw a rock, you hit a bounty. So for TL, we're scaling. The late game is ours.
I'll tell you this, EG's up 12,000 game. I don't think TL can afford a rock at this point.
They
don't have much of anything.
Taliyah.
Oh no.
Dude.
Let Freak in here.
I was gonna say,
let Freak in here.
Somebody get Freak on the phone. We gotta figure out.
I got him right here. He said, hello, Kobe? Great job. Good one. Nice.
Okay, of course. Yes, thank you, Freak. All right, now we've got Evil Geniuses still looking to just keep this push going. They're not heading to the Baron. They might just want to brute force this one. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, they can look to walk up and just try to zone them off with their slows, create this kind of zone of control on the top side, and then look to take over this jungle, right? They want to choke out Vision in this area, set up for Baron.
The worst kind of brutes, the well-paid brutes, the 12,000 gold lead brutes over here. They've got the muscle to back it up as well. Santorin's got a W just seeing inspired, and the
got him.
Vulcan actually hit him again. He just doesn't miss these, man.
And it forces a response. It's a Taliyah ultimate out, right? It is a similar cooldown, a little bit shorter, about 25 seconds shorter there for Vulcan's ulti. So still going to be a slightly positive trade for them there, but it's a turn.
That is a positive trade for sure. Bwipo will not get a whole lot of value out of the Ornn ulti. CoreJJ is already dead. Evil Geniuses still looking for a bit more. Vulcan zoning everybody else away. The Chad Bard does not need teammates to scare away the enemy players. EG will get the kill, they'll get the red, and they'll get on back over to the Baron.
I have seen a shocking amount of Ornn ultimates not hit the second part of their R2s during playoffs. 7,000 health on this Baron, though.
Santorin would have to be the hero of the day, but he has no flash. It would be a clone over the wall, and that's about all you get. Super Mega Death Rocket's not going to do a whole lot. It looks like they're just ready to turn around and try to stand and fight. Jojo here in the stasis. Flame Choppers are going to arm and immediately be ready to kill him. Shut down over to Hans Sama, but now they're in trouble. Santorin's gone. Hans is gone. Bwipo and Bjergsen trying to get away. Vulcan's got the slows. He's got the leaps. Over the wall. Farm him like creeps. Triple kill for Impact. CoreJJ, he'll make it a quadra, and EG just mopped them up.
Impact is collecting more than heads this game. Let's see if they can finish it on this push.
Evil Geniuses, I don't think it's an if, it's a matter of yes, sir. Going straight for the Nexus turret.
Angle.
There it is. There it is, Kobe. There's the pentakill for Impact.
Tried to steal it with the ulti, but Impact gets it. The pentakill to push us to game 5 here. EG strike back big time in game number 4.
There's one spot left in Chicago, and we're going a silver scrape to see who gets it.
What other way could it go? This LCS playoff is game 5 banger after game 5 banger every single time.
Especially between these two organizations that have invested so much into trying to be the very best of the league. And only one of them will get a shot at making the LCS finals.
Oh my God, man, the pressure, it all comes down to this. And Inspired, like, he was having some fun with it. I really do think they were trying to play a bit of the mental game when they got ahead. They're trying to frustrate TL. They're trying to make sure that they're the ones having some fun, being in that positive mental attitude for game 5. Because the mental edge, I mean, we're joking, but it's a real thing when you come into it, having that confidence, feeling like you really got the better of them in that last game.
It certainly is. It's probably the most important edge in solo queue. Let's even decently important and competitive.
My team never has that in solo queue.
Solo queue is an asylum. What are you talking about?
Exactly! Let's take a look at our Baron, though. This was EG already with a tremendous lead in the game. And it's about Vulcan. Honestly, this Bard pick was amazing from him.
Yeah.
So many picks, so many cooldowns burned. JoJo does go down at the very beginning, but look at that. The Bard ultimate, he places it over where Jinx is and where Jinx will flash to. So he gets Hans after the flash.
Exactly.
Crazy stuff.
It's so tough because you can say, oh, well, Hans should have flashed the other way. Well, if you flash down, you're into impact and you're dead, right? So he's hoping he could just get out the very back of it because he had the ghost active as well, but was slowed down there. The slows being so oppressive here. The Trundle pillars, everything coming through. The Q collects the Quadra. We saw the Penta. Did Impact save his Q, I wonder, for this Penta? Because Danny is ulting Bwipo, so it easily could have gone here to Danny.
He's just getting him low enough for it.
Yep. Easy money there. You want to talk about a mental boost? You want to talk about being in the right place for Game 5? A pentakill to end Game 4 is how you do it.
I wonder if he's even had one in his career before. It is rare for top laners. I feel like I saw a video before where Inspired was trash-talking Impact because he didn't have a Penta and Inspired did, and then Impact was like, yeah, when did you win the Worlds? When did you win Worlds?
Yes!
So now
Win
he has a
Worlds
Penta
before
and
you
the World
talk.
Championship.
I love that. I love that.
He raises him the Penta check with the Worlds check.
Yeah.
The ultimate check. And now we are headed to Silver Scrapes, but before we get there, we're going to State Farm Analyst Desk.
And we're going to Game 5. Wouldn't have it any other way. Couldn't have it any other way. And it comes at the hands of a pentakill from Impact. Only, as we just found out, the second top laner in LCS history to get a pentakill. The only other one being Huni. Immortals, 17-1 regular season is apparently when it happened, but on the GP, and I think we're going to be talking about that pick a little bit as we kind of figure out what we think teams might be looking at for game number 5.
Fun fact of Impact lore, the last time I saw him get a GP pentakill, it was as tank Gangplank in the 2014 OGN Champions All-Star match.
There it is. Your memory. Wait a minute. How did you pull that out of your brain? Wait.
It was a really good.
The library.
It was a really good All-Star match. Okay. But anyway, now you know why they've been prioritizing it, and it even earned a ban because obviously this is an incredibly early GP pick. EG decided to go with both of their solo laners on the blue side instead of prioritizing bot lane like we kind of expected. And I wasn't expecting the Impact pentakill, but that's what ended up happening.
One thing I loved, Bard noises. The Bard coming at the Vulcan. It was a blind pick Bard too. And I was just faith, I suppose, that Danny could actually hold his own bot side as he was able to impact the rest of the map. One thing that wasn't a highlight, but just when there was 3 members of Team Liquid looking mid to take down JoJo, once again looking for another angle, he was there to basically stop it. And so it felt like he was there at the right moments trying to inhibit what Team Liquid was trying to do. I liked it.
This was a dominant game out of EG.
Yeah.
A little bit more akin to, I think, what we expected to see, wanted to see out of this team in the postseason. And, Mark, importantly, they bring themselves as well 1 game away from a Worlds ticket and going to Chicago.
Yeah, this was a relatively close game until this play. And it's worth noting on your screen there about how the only 2 teams have ever missed Worlds after qualifying for MSI after winning Spring Split. Vulcan was on that C9 team, and he does not look like he wants to repeat that because he started taking over the game in mid to late game team fights, snipes Bjerg out of his ult, then snipes him out of the stopwatch despite the flash. He did that a couple of times this game, and so Vulcan really feels like he does not want to go home yet, wants to force his game 5.
Yeah, the other one too was when they. Oh, okay, I love that. Wait, just looking at us. The other one that I really enjoyed was a 3-man Bard ulti bot lane when Team Liquid was looking for a gank.
Yeah.
And EG was ready for the counter gank, and he also just hit that ulti and set them up properly. That was amazing. And you kind of have to be now scared of that coming into Game 5.
What I was going to say, for all the talk we've had about creative picks and pocket picks for some other teams, like Cloud9, like Team Liquid themselves, EG pulls out the Bard of all things in Game 4 to push them over. And again, I just wonder how this will warp the approach for Team Liquid as they try and figure out an answer in Champions League for game number 5.
This one, I love this moment so much.
You did? Hansama did.
Here comes Jinx. Exactly. That's why I loved it. Jinx wanted to be a part of the fight, but was surrounded by the
Like, what do you do if you're getting carried, though? You're like, wait, I'm on the right side of the map, guys. Like, what?
You just say bye to the rest of your team.
Team, please. No. Help.
He wanted to participate in that kill, but yeah, that one was a rough one for sure for Hansama and just Team Liquid in general.
I really like the Impact GP as well, coming out, just being another carry threat in the top side. Feels like he's generally been getting the better of the matchup in the top side and can not get punished too hard in lane. If he does get punished in lane, it's usually more because of team roam and whatnot. So I like the GP early on.
Sorry, that one's hard for me to watch.
Yeah, yeah. Hans had some rough team fights. I think talking about GP, we thought the series would be decided a lot about Danny and his champion pool, but it really feels like top and a little bit of mid are the ones who are having champion pool issues because they blinded some pretty egregious stuff as far as like, yeah. Blinding GP, blinding Viktor, and then TL's not even punishing at all. If anything, they're taking even less aggressive picks than you would expect, and they're just getting away with being able to play like hyper-scaling team fighters.
Yeah, it's a really interesting point when 4 of the 5 bans out of Team Liquid, right? Tom Kench, Ezreal, Seraphine, Zeri, so they're continuing to target that bot lane, even though, as you mentioned, when the games actually play out in EG's favor, it doesn't necessarily feel like it's at the hands of Danny and Vulcan. Well, Vulcan may be on this Bard game, but
yeah,
you know.
Vulcan was able to control this game really well once it got to mid game. But the thing I want to draw your attention to is that GP damage, right? And I want to ask Solo now, like, with this Game 5 draft being so crucial and with such a focus on bot lane bans, targeting Danny, what do you think TL do now with Impact just being like, nope, I'm blinding?
Also considering the blue side choice.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to go blue side. I really hope EG bans Seraphine. I don't know where they're going to fit it in, but I think getting that off would be perfect for them. And then, I mean, I don't see why EG's not going to go back to what they were doing, which is just pick their solo laners, drop their bot lane. Because to me, I think they've realized that it doesn't matter what bot lane gets on. It mostly matters what support gets on, because it seems like Vulcan is just going to be able to roam and be useful. And Danny can just do damage, and if they dive him and if they pressure him, then it's fine, because Impact's going to win every match up top, and he's going to play something carrying. And same thing with JoJo.
Yeah, I really like the call about the bot lane stuff, because even in that game, it started with Danny getting killed again, like level 2, level 3 under the turret. But then because the Bard isn't just pinned under turret with him, Bard just starts doing other things. You can actually protect Impact if he's gotten a counter pick this time, or if it's just another blind scaling matchup.
Yeah, and it's not just him on Bard too. If he's able to play anything like Nautilus or something, just being able to match what the kind of plays Team Liquid are trying to do, both mid lane and top lane, is just going to be the play. So that's one thing I like, and it's going to be a little harder now for CoreJJ. One thing, a little bit of revenge. The fact that Vulcan was able to get a clapback after getting solo killed by CoreJJ the first time is a nice touch.
The best thing was that Inspired looked like he saved the kill, because even though Inspired joined up, right, so it wasn't a 1v1, it looked like they were saving the kill specifically so that Vulcan could get it.
Yeah, TL on blue side, interesting. You already called out EG maybe looking to ban that Seraphine. That's the reason we had that Game 2 draft up, by the way, showing the first pick Seraphine, because that was a win for TL on blue side. So you'd have to assume they'd like to replicate that if possible. The other thing I noticed is that while we had the 2 ADC bans from EG, we followed it up with Swain in the first 3. Noticeably, Zilean would have been left open in that situation. And how many times have we said it? When a Game 5 rolls around, if Bjergsen has the option to go to Zilean, I think it's almost a guarantee that he will in those first 3 picks. And so that also, Raz, has to be something in the back of EG's mind.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be a little harder, though, just if you're on blue side, just because you're not going to be able to get it on, like, 3 pick, unless if he just has those kind of balls.
You say that.
I'm shocked. Because there's 2 matchups that are really bad for Zilean. It's Silas and LeBlanc, and JoJo is terrific at both of those. So I feel like him blinding Zilean would be such an alpha move. I can't imagine.
No, I just
this would be the Game 5 Zilean of all Game 5 Zilean. Of all 5 in the world, and against the hardest matchup.
The fact that there are blinding things like Viktor and GP, though, man, people are just kind of disrespecting potential counter picks right now. It might just be straight comfort at this point to go back to the Zilean.
All right. We had predictions fly up at the top of the day. I basically just want to know where everyone stands, though, now, because in so many ways, like we've even talked about, we talked about the series being decided in one way, but it actually doesn't necessarily feel like every game is being decided in the way we expected. So, like, are people confident in their predictions? I mean, like I said, TL 3-1. Obviously, that's not going to happen. I still want to give TL the slight edge because of the early game leads that they've built, and I'll almost always want to index towards the team that's more consistently been able to build gold advantages, even if they've let them slip a couple times.
See, Dash, that was a bad question. Am I confident? I'm not confident in anything. But I'm still going to stick to the prediction after these games. This series, I've lost all confidence.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know me, I always stick with my predictions because I'll take the L, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't mind being wrong if it means I get to talk about why I was wrong. Both of these teams, I have no idea what's gonna play out in this final game.
I feel really confident in EG because I know now that they've gotten broken on Ornn and they haven't been able and they didn't win, I know Bwipo is asking for some crazy pick.
I know Bwipo's like, get me off this thing.
This is my Urgot or my set pick. You know, he really wants something obscure, and I don't have a lot of confidence in winning a game like that.
All right, well, a lot of talk out of us only to result in who knows. It really is up to the two teams to decide it all here in our 5th and final game. Wouldn't you know it? We're back to silver scraping. We'll catch you on the other side of this break to close out the series.
CoreJJ with a flash over the wall. Bjergsen tries to run. They're gonna get Bjergsen. They're gonna get Bwipo. They're gonna get Core. They're gonna get the whole damn team.
It's a portal combat!
Round 2. Fight! Run, CoreJJ. But Vulcan says, get over here. But now they're in trouble. Santorin's gone. Hans is gone. Bwipo and Bjergsen trying to get away. Vulcan's got the slows. He's got the feet. Over the wall. Farm him like creeps. Triple kill for Impact. CoreJJ. He'll make it a quadra.